In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a lime candy shader in Blender. You can see here, this is the node setup. I'm going to be going through it step by step for a more beginner level. And you can see here, this shader ball, I'm actually going to be making that available in the description below. You can go to my Gumroad page and just download that shader ball for free. Just type in 0 and click download, and that way you can follow along step for step and make this really cool result. So let's jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. As I've mentioned in the intro, make sure you go to the description below and download this starter file. It's free, just put in $0 and download it. So to get started, you're going to select the actual shader ball and you're going to go and give it a new material. In this case, let's call it lime candy, just so we are organized. We're then going to go over to our shading workspace. We're going to press 0 to go into camera view, and then we're going to go Z and we're going to go render it. Now this file already comes with it set up with cycles and a sample maximum of 90 and all the lights you need. We're now going to take this principled shader here that comes default when you create a material, and we're going to turn it into our lime shader. So we're going to start by establishing our texture. So we're going to go Shift A over here, we're going to go search, and we're going to type in noise, and we're going to grab our noise texture. We're going to take the color and place it into the base color of our principled shader. And to see what this looks like, we're going to go Shift A, search, and we're going to type in color and grab the color ramp option and place it on this cable. If we now take the black value and the white value and bring them closer, we can increase the contrast here and we can see our pattern. We're going to come here and change this to 7. Now depending on the scale of the object you're working with, this could vary and it's kind of up to you. But what I like to do is I like to go to the detail and increase it to about 15. And then the roughness is gradually increased as well. Now the roughness I would put at about 0.8 or 0.9, wouldn't recommend going any higher. But all that said, we now have the texture we're looking for. So we're going to start by taking this, just dragging it up a little bit. And let's come over here and let's drag this color ramp down. We're going to go Shift A, search, and we're going to type in bump and get a bump node. We're going to take that color and plug it into the height. And we're going to take this normal output from the bump and plug it into the normal of our principled shader. Now we have bump. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this cable in the color. We're then just going to duplicate our color ramp by selecting it and going Shift D. We're going to place it over here and take the color and plug it into the factor, and now plug this into the base color. This is now going to give us our color. So we're going to take the first value and drag it down. And let's make that lighter in value, and let's make it a lime green. Let's grab this one and let's do the same. About here, let's just make the first one here a little bit darker in value and maybe a little bit more saturated. We now have our colors here, but it still doesn't have the reflectivity we're looking for. So let's now go and take this color ramp and duplicate it again. Take the color and plug it into here. And now let's take the color output from this new ramp and put it into the roughness. And let's drag up our white value and drag down our darker value. And we're going to take the darker value and we're going to increase the lightness of it a little bit to about kind of gray. Still a dark color, but not too light. Let's also move the white up a little bit closer to the end, and that's the right sort of reflectivity. And one of the things we want to look at here is the strength of our bump. We're going to take this and we're going to take it to 0.2. And now that's looking better. So this candy still doesn't look 100% realistic. So there are a few things we're going to do here to make it look even better. So let's actually once again just drag this up to give us more space. We're going to drag or come over here to the side in front of our principled shader. We're going to go Shift A, search, and type in mix. And let's grab a mix shader. Let's place it on this cable. We want to make sure that the principled is going to the top socket. At the bottom socket here, we're going to drag. So just click on this and drag, and then over here in the search that appears, you're going to type in translucent. So just type in trans, and you're going to say here translucent. Make sure not to confuse it with transparent, just translucent. Now this is going into the shader here. We're going to come here and give this kind of like a lightish green color, like so. And at the moment, it's applying it everywhere, and we want a little bit of a fall off. To do that, we're going to come here to this factor, and we're going to drag it like so and let go. It's going to come up with a search, and we're going to type in layer, and you're going to see an option called layer weight Fresnel. Place it over here, And now we're going to go Shift A, search and type in color and get a color ramp and place it on here. Now, if you have your Node Wrangler enabled under your preferences, under your add-ons, just type in Node and go to Node Wrangler. You should be able to go Control Shift or Command Shift and then left click on this color ramp to visualize it. And at this point, we're going to drag this black value up. I'm going to drag this white value down. So we're going to have the black is going to distribute the top input, which is going to be this candy material. And then this translucent material is going to be where it is more white. And that's going into the factor. So now let's drag that shader back into the surface. And now you can see we have this nice fall off, this layer weight effect happening here with our candy. So now that we have this done, let's go back into Solid, make sure to save, and then go render, and then render image, and let's see what this looks like. And here we have our lime candy result. You can still tweak it a little bit. I would probably go into the scene with this specific situation and maybe just lessen the light intensity, maybe to 0.1. And that looks a little bit better in this case. But try messing around with the lighting and actually make a scene that you can use this in, like a hard candy of some sort. But other than that, this has been how to make a lime candy shader, and I will be uploading this material and the shaderable to my Patreon along with some other things. So I'll see you guys next time for another Blender tutorial.